Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Nadia. Welcome again to my channel. And today we have another special guest. Okay, and she is going to talk to us about psychology in Brunei. Dr. Erlin, I call her Erlin, okay, was my classmate in Slippery. Okay, we went to the same girls' school, and obviously she's far more intelligent than I was.
Over.
I think this is why I'm nervous. I know my capacity, I know hers. So okay, let's talk. Okay, Dr. Erlin, can I just
Erlin. Yeah, Dr. Erlin. Yeah,
okay, Dr. Erlin.
Dr. Erlin is fine.
Okay, Dr. Erlin, please introduce yourself to our listeners.
Hi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Nadia, for inviting me to this podcast. Yeah. I'm Dr. Hjh Norirlenwati binti Haji Ismail. I'm the director and the consultant educational psychologist at InMind Psychology, private educational psychology services in Brunei. And just call me Dr. Erlin.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Okay.
So, Dr. Erlin right now is, I have used her services, yeah, to have my children assessed as well, because sometimes the kids have a feeling they're not doing things right, so I have to get them assessed because they want to get them assessed. So, which is great service for me and the kids. So yeah. So, can you explain describe this? Tell us about what you do.
Yeah, thank you. Education psychology is a branch of psychology. Education psychology is a branch of psychology that I support students in terms of their learning. So I make we'll try to find out the best way that they learn, okay, and the best way that they can excel in their learning.
Right.
Okay, but at the same time, I look at their social, emotional development as well, whether those have been impacting their learning or not. Yeah.
Right.
But at the same time, I see the environment, so that's why it's important for me to see them in their classroom.
Right.
Yeah.
How about at home?
Yeah.
Home,
home, then I would rely on parents' reports.
Oh
Okay?
yes, you do interview them as well.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's why it's important for children from younger age until young adults, okay, that I see parents. So any referral, if you want to see me, then we have to do an initial consultation first,
Right.
especially for young adults less than 18 years old. Then I would require parents' consent.
What if one parent is observant and the other parent is not? So how do you deal with that?
To me, as long as there's an issue, then there's an issue.
Okay. So it doesn't mean, nothing's there because both don't see it. Right?
Yeah.
As long as one is able to answer the question, that's good enough?
Exactly, yeah. Because sometimes at home, maybe the mother spend more time with the kids. Yeah. Or maybe on the other hand, maybe the father spend more time with the kids.
Someone has to be looking after them.
Yes. And someone could be, you've read it somewhere. That this could be it, and these are the telltales of certain things that needs to be addressed.
Yeah, and how young do you take them? As young as how?
School age. Then I would prefer school age or before.
Like kindergarten?
Yeah, kindergarten. As early as kindergarten. Okay. So the purpose of them seeing me, that if you see anything that could, any concerns, okay, any concerns.
Like what?
Your child's not reading. I think the most obvious thing is speech delay.
Speech delay.
And you know that at that age, when kids acquire speech, they should have it at around 1 year, 2 years old. Okay.
Yes,
but if they're not, so it's not that you want them to be diagnosed, but you need to provide them with the support and with the right support.
So it's possible, like if a child is not yet verbal at age 1, but maybe later age 3.
Yeah.
So in between 1 and 3 years old, do you do anything, or is it just okay? Like
then, if the issue is just speech, then I must say that just go and see a speech therapist. Yeah, just go straight to see a speech therapist. Don't come and see me yet.
Right.
Okay. But if the child is already in school and having not only difficulties with speech, but having attention difficulties, unable to sit down and perform tasks,
Yeah.
Okay, so it is something that as parents, then we can seek help. Okay, now seek
Right.
help in the sense that you find ways to support the child. Okay, what's the best way for teachers in school to support your child? Okay,
And
not to get diagnosis yet. Okay, we
yeah,
don't
just
go
the
there
first
yet.
stage, Lena.
Yeah.
What if the child doesn't want to see you? Like the parents want to bring, and the child's like, no, I don't want.
Of course, they won't be happy to see me. You know, like
Oh.
seeing new person. Okay, they've never seen me in person before. So of course, they will be.
That's normal lah. They'll feel a bit like, I don't want.
reluctance and and especially, but you know that there's something. I mean, especially for kids who has difficulties transitioning to a new place.
New school.
New school, new place, new environment, a different restaurant. Maybe they used to go to Jollibee, but now you don't want to go to Jollibee, you want to go to KFC, for example.
Yeah, so, and then they get a bit stressed out.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did you decide to get into this career?
Okay.
Because I remember you in science stream.
Yes, we were in science stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
And after Stipri, where did you go? What science?
Yes, I went to that science.
Okay. Yeah. And obviously science.
Yeah, science. I did chemistry, physics, maths. I wasn't a good student. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, I mean, with my grades, I will get scholarship. Okay, I can dikat tu. Okay.
No, I'm gonna include this. Biar orang dengar.
Ya benar. My grades is not that good lah, but alhamdulillah for kerajaan
A levels, right?
Yeah, A levels di mata science. Then I went to do my first degree in psychology, which is BSc Honours Psychology.
Right. Okay.
At Staffordshire University.
Oh, nice.
I was in Stoke-on-Trent. I love Stoke-on-Trent.
Really, I've never been there.
Because I love shopping for Royal Dalton.
Oh yeah, that time that was in Gun.
Yes, Royal Dalton.
I remember that. Then why
we
were also into that stuff.
Okay, I think the stockists know it. Those stockists will know this.
Okay.
So after graduating, then I went back to Brunei. I worked at a special education department for 6 months.
Government, right?
Yes, the government.
Unit pendidikan khas.
Yes, unit pendidikan khas back then. It was unit pendidikan khas. And because I was bonded to become a teacher, so I was at my first school was Sipri. My first posting, I was a teacher in Sipri. Yeah, I was a teacher.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and when I was in my first year of teaching, I was teaching with, our English teacher, I forgot her name. And Mr. Han was there, physics teacher.
Okay, wow.
Our biology teacher, Miss Liu was there.
Oh my god, yeah.
Semua, all our teachers are still there.
Oh my god.
So I'm like their baby. Mr. Gunnison, yes, our math teacher and math teacher.
Wow.
Mr. Gunnison, Mr. Jaya.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. So, I was there for 1 year. Then I took
What year was that? Year 2000?
2001.
Okay.
2001. Then
how long were you working in Sipri?
I was there for 2 years. Then I took my PGCE, postgraduate certificate in education. Then I came back to Sipri after my PGCE.
Right.
I was teaching psychology. That was the first time the government Ministry of Education offered A-level psychology. At that time, Sipri offered A-level because Panoh kan the sixth form center. I mean, Matabduli is full, so they had to open up the SUAS.
All the secondary at the
SUAS and Sipri lah, huh? And
that's cool. Okay, so you were able to teach what you learned.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Nice. And how long did you do that?
For a good 2 years.
2 years. Wow. Okay.
Then I was transferred to Sadina Ali KB because my husband was posted. He's a police, so he was posted. His first posting was in KB.
So you moved.
I moved.
You moved, like totally moved, or you commute?
No, move.
Move. Okay. Wow. Okay.
There's a house at
KB.
KB for 2 years. I was teaching English and language and communication because my PGC is in TESOL, kan?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, PGC is in TESOL. And so
I did the English unit.
Memang Indah je deh. Yeah, I was teaching language and communications. It was the first time they offered that subject.
And that's a secondary school.
Secondary school.
Okay. In the technical, you didn't do any technical teaching?
No, I did not. Yeah, but the language and communication tentu is actually under program menengah vocational.
Kan,
Yeah, those yang I don't know.
Because that's what they need. They just need the communication bit.
Yeah,
really.
it was good. It was good. I like it. Yeah, and yeah, it was a nice experience teaching them. Then my husband was posted back to Bandar, and obviously
everyone moved.
I was inside the Abu Bakar for 1 year.
In Bandar.
Bandar. Yeah, Samsat. Yeah, I was in Samsat for a year. Then
so you must have met the Norma.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was in that. She's still in that school. Yeah. Right, because when I did my practicum, yeah, then I couldn't recognize her.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So you were there. That school's quite fun, actually. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was fun. It was a nice environment.
And then I got a job. I was off. I think I applied for. Kan I was a pegawai pelajaran kan.
Yeah.
Then there's a jawatan pegawai psychology pendidikan. So I applied for that, and I got it. And I was at special education department.
Oh, that's how it began.
Yeah, so I was at special education department because of my psychology degree lah.
Yeah. Atau baru with degree tah?
Yes.
They taken. Okay, nice. And then?
And I took my LDP to do doctorate in education psychology.
So you went out like a...
Yeah, I went to University of Exeter. Yeah, and the doctorate is on the course is professional doctorate. They train you to become Terus.
Because of your experience, I think.
My experience, and at that time they no longer offer.
You must have got a first star class, whatever.
No lah. Okay. No, the reason why they offered the postgraduate, not postgraduate, the professional doctorate is because they no longer offer masters in education psychology because they feel that 1 year masters won't be able to train you as a qualified education psychologist. Yeah. So
you must be a doctor basically.
Yeah. So the same goes with those who wants to pursue in clinical psychology. They no longer offer masters in clinical psychology.
Degree
so it's now
doctor.
Psych, yeah.
Okay, that kind of makes sense actually.
Yeah, because with this professional doctorate, I'm doing 3 strands: the thought program, okay, and the working, the internship, the work placement, which I'm required to submit portfolios every year, working portfolio lah, which is I'm working under supervision of a practicing education psychologist. Which I was trained my first year. I was in Exeter, but
that's the fun part, isn't it?
Yes, but my second year and final year, I find that Exeter is quite boring. Boring in the sense that I do not have challenges in terms of bilingualism. Yeah, people with language issues. Yeah, because their first language is English. Yeah, and only I requested to the director of the head of school or dean, can't remember, but for me to be placed elsewhere, okay, where English is a challenge. So I
can't Ireland.
No, I was in London for 2 years. I was working at London Borough of Southwark, Education Psychology Services, London Borough of Southwark. So I was there for 2 years. But at the same time,
what were the issues there?
Bilingualism, because I'm really interested to see how does reading, my passion is on reading. Yeah.
Right.
So that was my second year, third year. Beri mati pulang. Because I was from Exeter.
Yeah.
I have to move to London.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was with my kids in my final year.
Right.
Yeah. And
they were with you.
Yes, in my final year, they were with me in my first year. That's when my husband took his unpaid leave.
Nice.
When we were in Exeter.
Okay.
But then my second, he couldn't extend his unpaid leave, so he has to go back, move back to Brunei, and with the kids too. So I was alone in my second year, but who's my housemate? Rose. I was in my second year. I was with our ex-classmate juga, si Rose, if you can remember. And then my final year, baru I stayed with my I stayed alone. With my kids, of course. Yeah, I bring them back to
with
England.
your family lah.
With my 2 kids. My husband they ikut. But my mother-in-law, my
God.
parents-in-law was there
Oh,
to help
okay
me.
lah.
Oh,
I don't think I can
alhamdulillah.
look after children by
Yeah.
myself. No.
So yeah, then going back to Brunei, then after 10 years working, 11 years as education psychology, then I took buku with Ministry of Education.
Yeah.
Then
So at least you got
set
that
this up.
experience, right?
Yeah.
That was a real life experience.
Exactly. Yeah. And I get to do. When I was working as education psychologist, I was very passionate about raising funds for kids and raising awareness on the best way to support children with special needs in schools in
why
Brunei.
do you have that interest?
I don't know why. It's just that, you don't have why do I have that interest?
Is there anyone in your family?
Yes. Yeah. I have 3 people in my household with specific learning difficulties.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
No wonder.
Yeah.
So, Andang, it is part of your daily.
Daily struggle.
You're looking at it daily. That's
in my husband.
because that makes sense. You see, and then at least you are also contributing. What's the word?
Supporting lah. I guess
supporting people with special needs because you understand. How it goes.
That's the difference. You see, that's the difference because I know dyslexia pulang saja. Okay, but then the struggle is real. But it's only dyslexia. The struggle that you have to face with school, with teachers who doesn't know, who doesn't understand. Apa anak mo ni? Aku suruh copy from the board. Dia pandai mengcopy, dia pandai semua incomplete work, and it is disheartening to see that coming from a teacher. I do understand that they do not understand the fact that apa kan special needs
because they're looking at the subject. They're teaching the subject. That's about it. Like that's as far as they would train. I mean, other stuff they would have to have a special interest in it as well for them to understand.
But regardless of that, whether you have training or not, I think that shouldn't be an excuse. Okay.
Sure.
For now, I think people should be more aware of this special needs.
By now, you mean? By
now. Any diagnosis. Okay. So what's important is we give them the opportunities. Okay.
Especially if you know early, it helps the child grow more confident. Okay?
Exactly. And knowing that my son has dyslexia and you force him to copy from the board.
That's torture, isn't it?
Exactly. And with his handwriting, oh my God. So it is.
How did he handle it though? Was he okay?
He's a chill guy.
Dia macam, I know.
Indah. He's just
you copy it.
Menangis pulang. He would cry sometimes. But then, that Preston Book. That small book, English. I think we have that. I remember having that when I was at St. Andrews.
Preston Book sounds boring.
Preston.
What is it?
This is a small book.
Okay.
It teaches you. It's a grammar exercise book. You know what I did with that book? And you know that you have to copy to the exercise. The exercise book for you to answer questions. So you know what I did? I just photocopy it, enlarge it, then paste it to the book. Rather than him copying. So I just want him to answer questions. Yeah.
Okay, was it acceptable?
It's doable. In exam, you're not supposed to copy your questions, right? Exam papers, pa. You just have to fill in the answers. Yeah. So, okay. But now, because of his handwriting is illegible, so
is it that bad? Because my handwriting's terrible.
No, his handwriting is horrible. Yeah.
Horrible like it.
You can't see it. Apa kanila? Payah ibu baca.
Poor thing.
So I'm getting.
How old is he?
He's 11.
Okay.
So I'm getting. So he'll be seeing occupational therapist for his handwriting.
Okay.
Handwriting issues.
Dapat dibaiki ke tak? Is it
hopefully 11 tahun pulang sudah. He's already 11. So we'll see.
Who writes anyway these days? Everything is by text.
Exactly.
Type.
Speech to text. Text
nobody needs to learn to write.
And I think that's the reason why those people with dyslexia are able to cope with the challenges because of the assistive technology. In the technological advancements that we have now. It does help. I mean, not only for dyslexia. I mean,
anybody really.
Anybody. I remember when I was suggesting to who's that again? Umi. Did we talk to Umi?
Yeah.
Yeah, when she said that, post-it is too boring. Yeah.
Which is boring?
Post-its.
Post-it
Notes,
notes. Yeah,
this is boring. So I said, okay, why
because she
don't
had
you...
ADHD.
Yeah.
You
So
were
to have a
saying
screen, so you can change the screen, so it will be really fun
more
to have,
interesting, more interactive.
Yeah.
Benar juga.
Okay, so you can customize the screen.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
So you just spend lah on a gadget.
Hindi po lang. Yung pakai ito po lama po lang. Nakuha mi.
Balikan tiwahi.
Yeah, say, lepas PSR lah, lepas PSR. And we always, when...
Lepas PSR, you get straight A's, then I will get you.
No. I think it's good that he has something to work on. That he knows that, okay, whatever results that he has, he'll get something. Yeah. And because we remember that when he was 9 years old, he was asking for a birthday gift. Not 9 years, I think he was a bit smaller than that. I think he was 7. Yeah. I said, what do you want for your birthday, Fayad? Can you buy me an iPhone?
You're 9 years
So
old.
every time we see people ataupun kadai yang jual iPhone, we say that, can you buy me an iPhone? Because we find it really, really funny. Yeah.
So cute. Kena bagi tak?
No. Yeah, hand me down.
Oh, you're so cute. And what did I want to ask you? Okay, so when you were at UPK for 10 years, and then you, what do you call that? You resigned? Did you resign?
I resigned.
Oh, how did
After
that
11 years.
feel? What was the turning point, the decision until...
Do you want me to be honest?
Yeah. I want to know. I mean, a lot of people would love to know, like, because technically, orang Brunei, they see your working government, that's stable. Why would you leave that to do your own business?
It's a stable job.
Yeah.
Having, but then I was a B2 officer at that time.
Okay.
Having a stable job with, every month ada duit masuk. Okay. I feel that I want to do more. Okay.
Right.
Sometimes it hit me to the point that I have a doctorate in aviation psychology. That with this ilmu that I have, what I learned when I was in the UK, working in the UK, I find it frustrating sometimes, the fact that I wasn't being able to practice.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. You're not free to practice what you want.
Yeah.
Understand.
Yes. And that gives me a responsibility, my responsibility arah ummah lah. Ummah, and how do I practice this? Okay, this is what I know. I need to practice this. Okay, for example, my thesis is on phonological awareness. Phonological awareness, kepekaan bunyi.
Oh, okay.
Phonological awareness in children. And I developed an assessment tool.
Okay.
Because phonological awareness for me, they believe that kids who do not have phonological awareness are more prone to be diagnosed with dyslexia.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Okay.
Tapi indah juga, indah semestinya. Okay. But then that leads to those who doesn't have phonological awareness leads to having reading difficulties at a later age. Okay. So I have that I developed that assessment. Is there's a phonological awareness battery path? Okay. But I modified it to Brunei context. And with my experience with developing assessment, and I think on top of my banyak kerajaan, banyak cases when I was di government itu, so I don't have much time to look into the practical side of it, or even developing assessment, maybe cognitive assessment for Brunei context. Yeah. So it is something that I would love to do. But belum lagi 3 years into this business, belum lagi lah. Not yet.
That was the point of
but then I wanted to do things that I wasn't able to do. Yeah. This podcast, for example. Okay. I don't think I'll be able to do this when I was working.
You will be like, I have to see permission.
With all that red tape.
I get what you mean. Like you want to just not feel like you're gonna get into trouble for something. Like you were doing good stuff, tapi takut kena marah. I know, right?
And even some parents who approached me when I was working with the government, do you do a private car? Can you do assessment? Because the queue is long. Is long, kan? And they want to runding me to do it privately. I said I can't. So because
You're
I'm
not
a
allowed,
government
right?
civil servant, kan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's when I know that okay, there's a uh,
There's a need.
yeah, there's a need in this. And even my
You can
field work,
survive. You can survive.
inshallah. And even my fieldwork supervisor, when I was working with London Borough of Southwark, yeah, she's my fieldwork supervisor, kan? And she did her own practice now, private practice. So that actually inspires me to, okay, if you
It's
can
encouraging,
do it,
right?
but after the UK,
Brunei's different.
Brunei's different. And if you see, where is education psychology and in Singapore, they do have education psychology, but in Malaysia, no. They won't know apa role education psychologist ni.
Di Malaysia ada?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, even the training to become the training to become clinical psychologist saja ada, okay, but not education psychology.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So you're a rare.
That incorporates. There is masters in education psychology, but that doesn't train them. I'm not sure if they have certain hours of placement, because you have to meet that requirements.
Right,
okay, placement, thesis, and the thought modules.
Okay. Yeah. And so now you're in your private practice.
Yeah.
For how long already? 3 years, you said? Was it 4? 3?
Coming to 3.
Oh,
next year, January.
So fast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember your post when you just opened. I remember that. 3 tahun sudah tu. Cepat ah.
Oh my God.
How do you feel so far? What can you say about a government servant employee?
It is totally different
private.
With private, I get to work together with private companies as well. And we do some multidisciplinary stuff, which is where we should be going now. Okay, we shouldn't be working in silo. Okay, because in the best practice, which is evidence-based research, that to support a child with special need, it has to be a multidisciplinary approach. And I'm able to do that. So I work closely with Kids Discovery speech therapist, Wati Haji Bujang. She's a speech therapist. I work with OT for Kids.
What is that?
OT, occupational therapy for kids. OT for kids.
Okay.
And infant toddler physiotherapy with Cheryl Kisbury. OT for kids is Vanessa.
Oh, nice.
And Vanessa, we used to be schoolmates when I was in St. Andrews. We were classmates from, I think, KG, right until primary.
That's cool. We should get them on the podcast.
Yeah.
For the interest of families who don't understand what is educational psychology, and they're seeing probably the kids in the family a bit maybe not performing as well in school. What are the things that parents need to look out for in their children's
I think things that they have to do first. Okay? Not to look out for. I think more into what can you provide them. Okay, like they start with, let's say they're struggling with reading, for example.
Right.
Okay. If they're struggling with reading, seek help from a private tuition teacher who can provide them with reading intervention. Okay. But if the issue is behavior, for example, you see that if the behavior only happens in school, not at home, and if you can prove that to school to say that, look, it may be just this in school saja. Okay, but you have to remember that you are the fact that in school, in a class of 20 students, with that visual distraction, noise.
A lot of things.
So that could actually trigger, the person misbehaving. Their misbehavior is due to that trigger.
With or without any
diagnosis.
So normal. It's just like it can
it's just
be
normal.
Like,
so if the person, if your child is maybe overwhelmed with the visual distraction and the noise, so maybe we can change the sitting arrangement. We can discuss, apa-apa ni, we have to discuss, we have to communicate that with school. What exactly is the problem?
So your job, your task would be discovering which one, investigating what can be done.
Exactly.
Just tweaking the small things.
Exactly. Sometimes it's just, sitting arrangement. And sometimes they just need, earmuffs or noise cancellation headphones.
Right.
Yeah. That might help.
Okay, that makes
Okay,
sense.
so we change the environment for the child, because that child we can change pulang, but the impact would be not that great. Okay, so we change the environment first, okay, before the child is obliged to our instruction.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense now because I sent one of my sons to you, right? Honestly, I didn't know what the process was. Kan? Like I
Okay.
have no idea. 'Cause I don't know what educational psychologist is.
Yeah.
How your process is. That was my first experience coming to a psychologist for
Yeah.
my kid. So I'm open lang, you know.
Yeah,
I know I need to help him. I just don't know how, you know. So I remember taking one of my sons on it to see you, and then you did an interview with him, with me, at school. And there was a lot of
really, really good. And within, half an hour, he can write, 2-page
he had to do
essay.
assessment, right?
Yeah.
Writing up on it.
That's preliminary assessment. Yeah, just screening.
In the beginning, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
And he can write in Russian. Remember how he is? He's really, really into
special
that World
interest
War.
in those things. Yeah, he was like, and I think he enjoyed to have someone interested in him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed he was like that. If you're willing to listen, whoa, okay, I'll tell you everything, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, I remember one of the doctors in the past did say he has, what they call it, high functioning autism again. But I remember at that time he was only in year 6, okay, and there was no follow up because I didn't know where else to go. It was just like, okay, he's got this, and then I'm just like lost. After that, I don't know. I can't remember. It was so fuzzy at that time.
Yeah, but he must be really struggling. I really respect him. His resilience.
Yeah.
I know that he's struggling because, when you ask him question, he may answer it differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
either around the bush, I call it.
If you say that, okay, it's A, the answer must be B.
Yeah.
But no, he won't stop at B. He will B, C, D, F, G until Z.
Yeah.
Okay, he would do that.
And I used to get annoyed. I used to get so mad because it's like, even especially Ugama, okay, subject Ugama we struggle a lot with.
That's what you're really concerned about that at
that was
time,
the one I thought.
And he was sitting for SSRU that November.
That time, and then oh my god! So even trying to help him study for that before in Darjah 4, Darjah 5 apa, macam gila aku. Macam I was like, this is not happening, you know. So, but did we show you his results?
Yeah,
really well. He did extraordinary.
You cried. I know. You texted me. You know what time you texted me? I think it's after 10 or 11 or 12 maybe.
Yeah,
you're so happy to share it with me.
A few A's and B's and then they just had the certificate presentation.
Yeah.
That's where I can actually see the certificate with the result. Oh, he really did do it. Like I find it so hard for me to believe he can achieve. Because I'm so used to like, he doesn't really, I'm so programmed to not expect so much from him, just I don't want to worry about him so much. So if he at least passes, great, And
he did.
But he did
second attempt.
Really damn well. Yeah, second attempt.
Yeah,
so when he was failing before he saw you, for us it was like, okay, like expected, don't worry about it.
But you didn't expect him to get grade 1.
No. I was like, what? So I believe it was because the education part of the support.
The access arrangement helps him. Yeah. Because he was provided with I remember it was a prompter. It was given supervised rest breaks.
Translator.
Reader. Yeah. He was provided with a reader.
And I had no idea this could be arranged before you came to his life. But I had no idea. Thank you so much for this. It was like, I had no idea. Macam, I shared, obviously. And I had a few moms asking, because they have issues with their kid, especially with the gamma. I said, hey, you see if he has any special needs, go get him diagnosed. Because sometimes it is that one,
It is that. And I think the reason why they're struggling with Ugama too, because of the the language of instruction.
Yes.
It is in Malay,
for
and
sure.
I think most kids are struggling in Malay as well. Nowadays, we see that they excel more in English than Malay.
Exactly.
I think because the Malay that we taught them in school is not the Malay that we used to speak at
it's
home.
different.
Okay, because it's Brunei
There's a
Malay.
lot of
Di sekolah tu is standard Brunei Malay, standard bahasa Melayu.
So there's one time I was thinking, because when I was attached the Samsapata, to let some of the results, they are getting the Malay subjects good. The English subjects cannot macam they get 3 O levels, 2 O levels. It's so common. And then I'm thinking, well, maybe because your English is down, So I was we were just talking to my friend, like, if they could do their O levels in Malay, they would be scoring 8 O's.
Exactly.
Macam it's just that language thing,
So what's important is for us to give them the options. But at the moment, we don't have that option.
Not yet.
Okay? Not yet. One day.
We're not there yet. But but I do see the benefit, like, macam, if your child is not performing, not doing well, it doesn't mean anything yet. You need to you find out how what is suitable for them.
And you find out, you're right now when you say that when your child is failing, we find out what's his strength.
What is possible.
She may be good in art, but not reading. He may be good in other things, but not studying for O levels. Okay, so we know that kan dipaksa-paksa je nanti buat A level. Okay, please don't do that. Okay,
that was our time.
So let's just focus on things that is hands on for them. Okay,
for that particular child.
Yes, for that particular child. But that is for young adults. But for small kids, if your child is struggling, don't wait. Okay, seek help. Okay, either you come to me or seek. From the class teacher first. Okay, class teacher, or have a meeting. Okay, you start a meeting with them and see the best way that we can go about with this. Okay, but if the problem is maybe social communication, language, okay? So it's best to seek for professional advice. Okay? But what's important is for you to communicate, see which part of his learning that he's really struggling. Then after that, then you can come to me.
So that's why I was thinking when I was going through this with my son and it, I was thinking, teachers, primary school teachers, secondary school teachers, they're so important now, actually. You can't be in that profession and not care. Because if the child can be detected earlier through the teacher, obviously the teacher's the one who's going to have to be able to notice, right? Then everyone will be better off, But if we get teachers who don't think they're important, maybe, they don't really want to be there, like what I was before. It's like sayang, the child's future
missing out.
It's in your hands, like it's like you're responsible for their growing up. Sebenarnya it's such a huge responsibility. So I was very grateful sebenarnya for in just my kids go to just. That was the first time they made a point to say, no, you need to check it out. When if they just told me, he didn't perform well in this exam, my normal would be like, it's okay. I don't expect him to be like, whoa, But they were saying, no, it's in class he can say the answer. In exam he can't write the answer. So they did point it out and found it very unusual, And I was like, how do you know he didn't study? Like that's what we were thinking, But they were saying they are very good in making you go into action, take action and do something,
because they've done their part. They've done their part in terms of screening the kids. They're very good at that.
That's why.
So even with schools as well. How I wish government and primary and private schools, they have a proper way of screening.
Just standardized.
We're not talking about assessment here. We're not talking about psychological assessment here. Just screening, a proper screening. Okay. So even most of most of the teachers see that, oh, this is not my job. Okay, let's just refer.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
just refer.
extras.
Yeah, that's extra. But
That's
then,
how I used to think as a
yeah,
teacher. But
yeah, and that should change. Yeah, that should change.
definitely.
That you have the ability to screen. Let's just communicate that. Okay, after you do screening, let's just communicate the results.
Yeah, level 1
with
screening
teachers.
saja.
Yeah, level 1 screening.
Yeah.
So, but then teachers are neat. So it's good. It's powerful to get them empowered, but they have to feel empowered dulu. So they need to attend some training maybe for them to be able to screen. Screen apa? Apa di screen ni? Okay.
You can create that assessment, no?
I do have that.
That's it, right?
Yeah,
the one
the
did,
basic
right?
screening test.
Oh, that's the one.
Basic screening, screening for social, emotional, or learning.
Right.
Yeah, we do have that.
We
so
have, like in counseling, we do give them that learning at the assessment, but that only screens whether they're what kind of learner you are.
Yeah.
It's different from
No,
that.
it's just
Lain
different.
lagi tak?
Yeah. So, yeah, with that screening, it's actually a powerful tool for teachers to use. Okay, because it's developed by psychologists. Okay. So before they come to me, they do that dulu. So beside that.
Yeah, and it saves everyone's time as well, right?
Yeah, and I see genuine cases too. Okay, because most of the time, but when I was working with the government, people can just refer saja. We have referrals
everywhere.
Okay, 360. So funding. Okay,
yeah. Free lagi.
But then look at the queue.
Oh, yeah, that's the problem.
But the thing is, if they can at least do some screening, okay, and
and homework.
Yeah, and do your screening, and maybe there's intervention in place before you refer to psychologist. Okay, because psychologists punya time ni, and there's only a handful of us. Yeah. But Alhamdulillah now I think they have more psychologists working with the government. Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health. Just Alhamdulillah.
Yeah. Okay. That's an improvement at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So they might no longer but people can still come. I mean, if the queue is long, and feel free to come. And then we said, okay, it's not that kenapa aku buat assessment kah? Some people call me and to say that I would like to make an appointment with you. I want you to do assessment. Okay. Assessment apa ni? There are thousands of assessment out there. Okay, yeah.
Which one?
So I think the best thing to do is she or he may not need an assessment.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's important is for you to make an appointment with us for initial consultation. Then from the initial consultation, then I'm able to inform them the best way to go back. It may not be assessment.
Okay.
Most of the time parents come and see me. I can suggest assessment, but I told them sometimes no, don't come to me yet. Okay, let's just so I will direct them to the right channel.
Right channel.
The professionals who are in charge of this. Okay,
or maybe they're saying assess, but they do mean screen dulu, like the language kali salah.
The language kali salah.
I think I said assess jo kada. Like come my kid, what do you want to do with them?
So we screen that dulu. Talk to him, and at the same time I talk to parents. And my psychologist will be working with the child.
Yes. I mean, what you do, in my opinion, is a lot of work. It's a lot of work, It's you actually go to the school again. You talk to
observation,
here, there, and not just one teacher. You're talking about like 2-3 teachers, right?
Yes, We get them to do round robin questions. The student round robin. Student progress report atau. So they fill in the same questions about the child. But different subject lah. So you see that sometimes ada discrepancy. Ada pattern or some discrepancy. Apa yang Malay saja macam mana? The teachers only reporting yang angan-angannya masa Malay. Tapi maths, English, science
Right. So you get
and then we get to see the child in that environment, the learning environment.
You do actually go and observe, right? I remember your Yasmin advocate. She will
do
sit
the
in the class,
observation.
right? Is that how they do it? They sit in the class or outside the class?
In the class. In the class to see how's your
so it's a real observation. It's a real assessment. And
and people may ask me sometimes, why don't you do the observation? Now, I've seen the child one-to-one. During the assessment. Okay. I would like to see a different pair of eyes seeing the child in a different environment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's just the process anyway, can?
Yeah.
You can't all be, because you can't be doing everything.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
My God, that's
And I think
lot of work.
the hardest part being an education psychologist, I think so does clinical psychologist is the report writing. It's the report writing that is really, really hard. I mean, it started with not only scoring the assessment, you need to do analysis. I think the analysis part is
That's
the
what we
most
pay
difficult
for.
part. Yeah.
That's what we're paying for.
Yeah, the analysis part. And they say that, senang je ni buat report ni.
Sanang.
Yeah, senang. Yeah. And for psychologists, for 1 hour of working with a child, let's say one assessment, it may take, it is equivalent to 3 hours writing up process. Yeah. So that's how we count we do our pricing.
Oh my God, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's why when you send me the bill, I'm going to, but you know, when I think of it, all the steps, all the things that need to go happen.
Yeah, itu yang nampak, the scoring and the scoring itu senang lah. The analysis part.
The analysis. I mean, the expertise is what we're paying for. You know, we have to.
And don't forget my signature.
Yeah,
okay?
Exactly. We can't just dari mana. Like I can get. I can't just anyone tell me what you see. You know what I mean? This is something that we're not trained to see it. You know.
And honestly, there are the pricing here in Brunei. I mean, for private practices, it's very cheap.
Exactly.
Seriously
in comparison, can
I have parents who came from Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi. And when I told her, okay, this is the quotation. Wow, this is cheap. Wow.
Like, is that all? Is that all?
Yeah. And then, it's really cheap hanya di Brunei, psychological assessment. I said, yeah, maybe I should increase the pricing then.
I mean, the market is like.
And even, for therapy itself. Okay, for therapy, I think they're charging $80 to $90. Do you know how much is therapy at Abu Dhabi? I said, no, I don't know. $150 per session. Oh my God.
Some counseling. Counseling so much in Singapore is like what? Times a lot.
Exactly. So I was telling my therapy friends, the therapist friends, I said, hey, look, this is what the parents told me. Abu Dhabi cuma ni yang charge. Wow, okay, maybe we should increase our pricing.
Dia takkan ikut benda but yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, but
good. We're good here. Mun dikira.
Yeah, then again, it's the signature. I mean, the profession, the training that I underwent. I know that it's the government scholarship. Alhamdulillah for the government.
But you did the work, okay? You studied for it, okay?
They didn't give me the answers. I had to work on my own to finish it.
Held your hand.
And alhamdulillah, at that time too, I have my parents-in-law, my husband especially, and the kids. He's really, supporting me to finish up my thesis, my everything.
Hard work actually. And how many years was the doctorate?
3 years.
Oh, that was quick. Accelerated
No, not accelerated.
So you genius satu kelas.
I have to finish up the last part of the Brunei lah.
Right.
I just have to go home.
But 3 years is short. I mean, some people do it for 6 years.
Yeah, because I think that's pure research. It's only research. Because to me, okay, I finish up my assignments, taught modules kan, then my portfolio as for the professional practice, and then my thesis. So okay lah.
That's quite fast if it's 3 years.
Okay, but I did.
Did you feel like it took forever?
I did a major correction though.
Oh no!
I'm not proud to tell you that, but it is really challenging. It's not easy.
Obviously.
Yeah. So if you're planning to do your doctorate, think about it lah. I mean, but if this is for your own good, I mean, if this is what the government wants, go ahead.
I mean, it's worth it.
Especially those yang muda-muda masih tu. Oh my God! So when I was doing my doctorate, it has been 7 years since I studied. Yeah,
okay,
and it was like riding a bicycle, a rusty bicycle, and oh my God.
Oh yeah, like it's like me doing masters.
Yeah.
Like
how long?
Suicide.
When was the last time you studied for your PGCTE kan?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
It's like really out of my mind sudah. I don't even think about it anymore. Yeah, it's true. It's like blur, right? Blank.
Blank. But then I wish kan.
Did you cry?
Of course.
Me too.
Of course,
Yeah.
You know, and then having long distance relationship kan, my
Oh my
second
God,
year. I think
so
the hardest part of my learning journey, my doctorate was in my second year. That was the most difficult part.
Oh my God.
That's when my husband was in Brunei with the kids and I was alone, and it felt really lonely, really lonely. Yeah.
Really.
Kali lagi when I was in my final year kan, kali I was still working kan, and then my friends kan, my course-mates, they finished their placement. I said, why am I still here doing my placement? Kali they counted my number of hours kan. So we have
over ne.
I went over. I did about 400 hours ka.
Oh my God.
Jorang
gila.
You
did this to
I was
yourself?
really juggling macam sampai dia sanggup lah.
Macam ni juga. How come you?
I don't know.
Overlooked.
Put the blame on me. Yeah, I'm the one to be blamed.
Oh my God. Rajin.
Dia
Terlalu
jual
rajin.
Suka.
Oh, suka benar. Oh, wow. Okay lah, so you must have felt relieved then, like, oh, I can stop now. Whew. I've covered my hours.
Yeah, I covered my hours, but then I was because of that kan, because of that number of hours that I spent at work.
Yeah.
That's why I was rushing through my thesis.
Right.
Because I feel that I need to finish it.
Focus,
Yeah. Because I feel that I need to finish it before balik ke Brunei. Balik Indah, I couldn't finish it. So I had to buat di Brunei juga.
Okay. It's done now.
Yeah, it's done. And to me, that journey it is a long, challenging journey.
Yeah.
But come to think about it, I'm glad that I did it.
Yeah.
I'm really, really glad that I did it. Yeah.
Because we obviously needed someone like you with your qualification. Ada orang lain lagi?
Ada.
Siapa?
But I'm not sure if she's practicing or doing assignment, but doing assessment apa. But di Jabatan Pendidikan. Yeah, we have the same qualification.
Alright, that's two then.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So we need more, obviously.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
Hopefully the government will send them. Honestly, the cost of this training is really expensive.
Obviously.
The government paid about £30,000 per year.
Per year, oh my God.
Plus allowance. And then plus my gaji Brunei jalan because I was LDP.
Wow. Mahal ni.
Yeah.
Mahal.
Dia pusatkan bayaran balik government.
They invested so much in you.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah. Well, now it's all done and you got your own place. You're helping so many people.
Alhamdulillah.
Like your mission is ongoing. It's on. You're doing what you set out to do.
Yeah.
Basically.
Alhamdulillah. So I wish I can reach out to more private school who's struggling. I mean, their parents were coming to them begging for their child to be accepted into school. Okay, because I think looking for schools for children with special needs can be overpowering.
The Brunei especially.
Yeah, looking for school. Yeah, it is the number one challenge, honestly. Yeah. So what I would like to provide to school is training for the teachers. Yeah, they have to know what to do, not to freak out when there's a child with special needs in your class. So what? Okay, so you have to change the environment to enable the child.
Kalau anda peduli, that's the worst, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Freak out, bisa je sikit.
I was approached by one of these schools, I think a very established school in Brunei. Dia cakapnya, we're interested to make our school inclusive. Wow, I said,
well done.
Let's get on with it. And then he cakap, but we don't have money to build another building. So what do you mean by building a separate block for special needs?
Separation.
Yeah, so that's what they thought, you see.
Segregate them here.
Yeah.
As long as in the same location, that's what they thought.
Yeah, I said, look, supporting children with special needs, okay? I mean, regardless of the diagnosis, what's important is you create a classroom-friendly environment.
Yeah.
Classroom-friendly environment for the child. Okay? You differentiate for them. You give them support. If the child needs a learning support, you provide them with learning support. I mean, of course, with additional payment from parents. But then what we do at InMind Psychology, we do provide parents with learning support. So they can go to government school, private school, except for ISB, JIS and Miftah saja Indah.
Oh,
Okay, because they can have their own,
okay. So any
they
school
employ
out
their
there.
own learning support.
Okay, yes, that's right.
So any parents, so any schools,
Yeah.
government ka, private ka, so they can hire learning support from us. Okay, and then help anaknya di sekolah. Okay, but at the same time, we can do training juga. We offer training for this learning support. Okay.
Okay, beside that. So who can become a learning support?
Anyone can become a learning support. Anyone. Macam kalau di UK tu, because I have my friend, she's a master's, before she did the doctorate, Russian doctorate, she was a learning support. She was a learning support. She has a master's in nursing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was also a learning support di sekolah tempat anaknya sekolah. So anyone can be a learning
That's
support.
like a job opportunity, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So let's say there's a family and they hire someone to like jaga their kid in school.
Yes.
And then they can come for training, and then
they can come to me. I mean, they have to do assessment, of course.
Yeah.
They have to take the assessment package, because otherwise, how will I know
what's the needs,
best, the need for which learning support
Okay,
needs?
so first assess the child.
Yeah.
And then when they decide, okay, this is the needs,
Yeah.
then they have a learning support.
I can look for this learning support.
You
help
can
them
look
interview.
For them.
Yeah.
Or is it possible if they found someone they trust?
Yeah.
And then they want you to train them?
Exactly. Yes. That's also possible. Yeah.
I don't know.
So it would be like on the job training.
Yeah. So whatever they run into, they can just come back to you and then. Wow, that's good.
So parents can either, if they go to government school, it's free, so you just have to pay for the learning support. But if they go to private school, I don't know.
Right.
I think for your desk school, they provide their own learning support. Desk, if I'm not mistaken, they have their own learning support.
So they train them as well somewhere, or
I'm not
are you
sure.
not sure
I don't
about
think
that?
I don't think I have the training.
Okay.
I think we are the only. I think correct me if I'm wrong.
Right.
We are the only private company who does training for teachers.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially for special needs, when the international coach was in Brunei, in the LNCT program, LNCT, literacy and numeracy coaching program.
Okay.
And we work closely with one of the guru besar lah, the international coach. So they're the one who coach us to give training for teachers, but for special needs teachers.
Coach for the coach.
Yeah,
coaching for the coach.
Coaching for the coach.
Oh, that is
so that was when I was working at special education.
Of course. Oh, so you gathered a lot of knowledge before you set
resources.
off on your own.
Yeah,
that's smart.
Yeah,
that's so good. And then
ilmu lah, I must say that, of course, not directly I use that resources. Of course, it has to be modified to according to
local.
Local. Sudah it has been
tailor-made.
Tailor-made for Brunei punya context, but this is different to make it my own. I change it.
Okay. That's great. That sounds great. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, learning support.
Well done. Congratulations. Wow, steady rupanya kawan ko ni. Wow, well done. No, it's true, because a lot of people out there may be thinking right now, I need help.
Yeah.
They don't know where to get it.
Most of the parents.
Do you have do you have like a payment plan if somebody wants, but they want to split the payment?
Yeah, we do split payment. We do help parents lah.
Yeah, they can work something out with you.
Yes,
that's right.
And then for school as well, for especially for private school, if there are 4 children with special needs who has been referred to us, ataupun parents come to me directly from that same school, I will give them 1 free training for the whole school. I mean, for 25 maximum lah. I give them free workshop.
Adalah. Which would be necessary juga if it's a family with that many.
Yeah. So artinya for every 4 students that they referred to me, who took up our assessment packages.
Referrals ni.
Yeah, referrals.
Fikir one family 4 orang. Any lah.
Anyone. Anyone. So they get free training.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so they want to refer cases to me.
Yeah.
So that's how we work closely lah with schools. And Alhamdulillah, we work closely with Sekolah Alif.
Oh yeah, I
very
heard
nice
about. That's a
school.
new school, isn't it?
No,
A
masuk
new-ish.
dia.
Oh yeah,
They have a new building.
yeah,
At
yeah,
Rimba,
yeah.
near Masjid
I just
Rimba.
heard about that
Very
school.
good
Very
school.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have potential schools in Brunei.
Yeah.
They just do not know what to do. Where do I start?
Yeah,
Atau macam one of the schools tu, I need to find money to build. Build apa? A block. Ni for special needs block. No, you don't have to. What you're doing now is also promoting inclusion. Macam you supporting them for exam. You give them a separate room, provide them with access arrangement. That's also inclusion. That is inclusion.
That is inclusion. But
And
like,
then,
I need separating.
and we have only a focal teachers. That is inclusion. You have someone who is in charge of monitoring these kids in school. Except that they didn't know that this is inclusion.
They're not clear on what that means.
And most of them, I think, because the government or most government schools yang promoting inclusion ni, padahal semua sekolah ada sana teacher ni kan, just because they have a separate building block in that school,
it looks exclusive.
So they thought that okay,
that's what it
mesti
means.
ada block padahal indah. That's just an additional wing for this additional rooms.
They just have money for that. Okay,
exactly.
That's about it. They have the funds to do that. Okay, that's about it.
So what's important is when you see inclusion is how much support that they can provide. Ni teachers ni ba, bukannya having additional ada building baru,
facility na labeh-labeh.
Okay. I have this sensory room. No, it's not all that.
Nantilah.
First things first. You have to make your school friendly for these kids.
And I think all kids would want to have that, whether or not they
exactly. It will benefit not only the child but also everyone else.
Everybody. Learning environment, and then I think it's also good when the kids all understand what are these special and so if their friend is acting different, they don't start what's going on, weird,
they become more tolerating,
understanding, and it's not a unusual thing anymore. It's like kind of normal, because I remember my son, he was like ada one of his friends kali, someone in his class was ada autism kali. He goes, it's okay, he's autistic, mom. Like they're like good, like he's just gonna be there, he's fine.
We are the ones, but because we are the generation,
we're not used to it. Millennial. We're the one macam bangang melihat these things.
We're the one yang we're the ones who is sakai.
That's
sakai for these kids.
But the kids now, they're quite aware. That's why now we want to make everyone else just let's live with it.
Yes.
We're living with this differences and
and talking about living with differences, at the same time, okay, I know that we are promoting inclusion in this mainstream setup. Okay, but at the same time, we have to consider juga special schools for them, just to give them options. Honestly, it's just to give them options. They say, what do you want to wear today? Do you want to wear red or blue? So it's up to you, okay? But you're not the one, okay, you have to wear blue today. And tomorrow, pun pakai blue juga, okay? So these are the mentality that we have when we want to set up special schools, which is also good, okay? I'm a pro to mainstream and special school because the way I see it is you give options for parents. Okay, you want parents to feel at ease whether you concern anaknya mainstream ke private special school ke. So it's all up to them.
That's true.
We give them options.
A happy parent will have a happy child.
Exactly.
That's about it. I remember feeling anxious sending my child to school first time. Anxiety saja wah. Parents are
reception reception.
Anything like the starting macam okay, because I remember my son sebenarnya when he first started school he couldn't speak English.
He speaks Malay.
Kashfi only spoke Malay only. So I was like, oh my god.
Standard Malay. You see?
Now he has no recollection of ever speaking Malay.
You should have recorded him.
I know, right? He was so good. And that day when he was small, he saw my husband smoking. He was at the window. He saw his dad smoking. He goes, Papa, asapnya. And we just laugh like, asap. Siapa ngajar dia asap? Macam tawa. I just Papa, asap. Papa, asap.
Padahal you at home, okay, you speak to each other in English. You and your husband and your other kids.
Yeah, it's so funny, yeah. But
yeah,
sudah start school, ingat lang kami can't speak English. Ada saja lah. Parents.
Yeah.
We need to chill out. But now that we are experienced parents, we can look at the new parents and say, you're too worried.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you were like that. You were once like them. Yeah.
I know, right? Anyway, great discussion today. I hope everyone can see something in our discussion that they may, need. Okay, so for those who are already thinking, I think my child needs support. No need think, just get that support. Get the what do you call it? Assessment, not assessment. The initial
consultation.
Initial
Just call us or text us or DM us at our IG InMind Psychology and call us 826-2269.
Yeah. So
and don't forget, you can provide some visuals later for our logo and our phone number.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Pandai.
Okay, belajar tak?
I'm still learning how to do that. But yeah, thanks for coming to our podcast.
You're welcome.
And
this
bringing
is fun.
your time. It is fun.
It's good. This is
you
really
were
chill.
For nothing, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
We are learning to get out of our comfort zone.
Yeah. Thank you very much for this opportunity, Nadia. It's just it's such a it's really good to share with parents and especially the public and school owners, school principal, and
we need to know that we're here for you. You know, like there's people supporting
and we
you.
have to work together.
For
like
sure.
Me referring cases to you, you referring cases to me. I think that's how it works. We cannot work in silo.
No, it's not. No, it's not the best way.
It's not the best way.
And it's very slow to do that way. Stressful as well. I feel stressful.
So we just have to help each other and make things easier for them.
For sure. Okay. Thanks for coming out.
Oh, alhamdulillah.
Talking and I think so till the next podcast. Inshallah. All right. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum.